Alright, we're gonna go with take 2. This is Sunday Morning Coffee. I am Adam Niffin. You found the station for Smith Welding Restoration. We'll start off with, we had family adventure yesterday. We went from family of 6 to family of 8. What is that? 2 girls and half a dozen boys. Oh, goodness. But I had my nephews with us. We went and commandeered my mom's SUV because we were a seat short in the cruiser. An upgrade we're going to have to do soon. Anyhow, that was fantastic and amazing. Took them all to the zoo, then we went downtown. If you swing through Des Moines, or Des Moines native, Fong's Pizza is pretty damn amazing. It's not the cheapest joint in town to eat, but it's not the most expensive. We fed something like 9 people, and it was probably equivalent of $11 a plate. So it's not terrible. Went down the Riverwalk again. Took all my 2 nephews and all our kids down to the Riverwalk, and my mom came with us. All that shit was under dirt until recently, and they dug it up and excavated it and found a lot of these things. 100-year-old concrete casts poured and assembled, railings and such along the river, stairways down to the river so you can get on the boats and travel up and down the river from 100 plus years ago. Found the World Food Prize of 1900. It was a project, 200 some cities put fountains up in public areas. This one was at the public library. And it was to provide fresh drinking water to the masses. 100 years ago, 115 years ago, fresh clean water was a problem for your average Americans. We were pulling water out of holes in the ground. There wasn't a waterworks really to speak of. Think about that. We were, by our standards today, we were a third world country at that point in time, 115 years ago. So we're not so far removed, we're not so fucking high and mighty that the rest of the world is that far behind. Even the worst parts of the world, they're not that far behind. They're 2 to 3 solid generations away from being where we're at, which I'm not going to say we're in that great of a position. I guess my pseudo-political statement is I don't buy Nestle any fucking thing. Because I don't agree with their stance on right to water or otherwise. Moving on. Shop. We got things reoriented in the shop. We're trying to orient the south end of the shop where vehicles are nosed in and not parked this way. We got most of that moved around. I got some shelving and some storage, steel storage and such that we got to move around. Get that sorted out, and we will have a good metal fab area. I'm just going to make a little cubicle bullshit office area just so I can catch people right when they come in the door instead of walking through this gauntlet that is the shop. And that's going to drag storage racks around and things like that. It's going to be very, very useful. It's going to be a poignant improvement on what we've got. We're actually getting 2 projects. We've got 5 actual projects, resto projects in the shop right now. In the shop, physically staged in an area, in a zone of their own. And we're moving. We've actually been working on 3 of them, 3 of the 5. One of them we're going to pick up full head of steam come about first of the month. So we actually would lose one of them, pull another one in because we got some other stuff outside we're behind on. And we're just moving along, which is nice. The youngster, Joe, is coming along smashingly. I've actually got him on tasks that I didn't let motherfuckers touch for at very least many months, if not a year into. He's actually wet sanding or color sanding finished product, which I don't let anybody fuck with that because it's scary. I got it scheduled out today because it's kind of a crummy, soggy day here. No matter how much I need to mow the lawn, I won't be able to. I'm gonna plant my ass in front of the computer. I'm gonna get some of these videos out and let you guys check out what's going on in the shop, what's changed in the shop. Update on letting people go. That whole fiasco, by my experience, most people are bottle rockets. They come in strong and then they just explode or implode or come apart at the stitches. They lose focus, and unless I stay on them and be the asshole boss, they just lose focus and wander around. I mean, I've watched a motherfucker stand in the middle of the shop and spin like a top because they can't figure out what's going on. Some people, you give them a list. Say, this is what needs done this week, this day, this month. This is what needs done. And they just do right along the list. Other guys, you give them a list of what you need done that morning, and they lose their entire fucking minds. If you give them a list of 5 things, this needs to be done by noon. By 1 o'clock, you'll have, you got the list of 5 things. You'll have 6 things that have been started, or 8 things that have been started. And you have no idea where the hell they're at or what they actually did for the 5 hours that they had been there. So you give them individual tasks. I'm looking forward on getting stuff moved around, this final step of getting the shop oriented how it needs to be, because I'll have a little cubicle office type thing set up where we can actually sit down and have our lunch. We'll have a fridge and coffee maker, a couple desks so we can sit down and meet and organize. We can collect customers as they come in the door so they don't have to traverse the gauntlet that is the shop. So we're moving along there. It's exciting. It's exciting. I get up early. I'm ready to go to work. It's a good time. It's an exciting time in the shop. We hold on by that thread, that fine thread. But as I digress back to updates, Joe had been there for 2 hours. The day he started is when I cut everybody loose. I called him back the next day, and he's worked since. He's done smashingly. I'm satisfied with his progress, with his growth, as much as I actually gave him bounty on a project. If he can get it out on X date, he's in for a substantial financial incentive. There you go. The older gentleman, Gary, he could be a good helper. I don't have time for a good helper right now. I need someone that's a self-starter, individually motivated. So it's just not going to work right now. I had too much damage happen to feel good about that. I wouldn't give the guy a fair shake. Daryl basically begged for, I won't say begged, he won't debase himself that way, but it's as close as a man can get to begging with still holding on to some of his dignity. So he's working 2-3 days a week, about 4 hours a throw. And right now all I've got him doing is organizing and cleaning and washing cars, and I hate to waste good people. He's kind, he's generous, he's honest. He is hardworking. He just loses focus. The problem is he's not a brilliant man, and that's fine. I'll take simple any day. But he's been told for 47 years he's a fucking idiot. He believes him. I think every human being possesses innate brilliance in something somewhere. It's all finding that, and I guess for lack of a better word, finding that and exploiting it, or finding that and really honing and focusing on that. Find where the brilliance is and utilize it. Daryl's mission right now is to get his mouth under control. He's doing well. Get his attitude under control. He's doing okay. And stay focused. Doing all right. I got 3 hours. I got about 3 weeks on this schedule. I got him working of piddly shit to do. And it's not really piddly shit. It's important. It's come to a point of dire circumstance. We get the shop organized and flowing, or we fucking drown. Shoving cars and projects in just anywhere. Setting up a table on any square, on any open square footage of flooring is ridiculous. So we're organizing it, getting the shop flowing. I got a nice long bench that I can work on motorcycle parts on and assemblies. We're getting there, and Daryl's going to help us get there. Through helping us get there, I'm aiming that he'll learn to retain his focus and time management skills. He can learn to keep his mouth shut and leave people alone, and he can get his attitude under control. Because he gets frustrated, he acts like a spoiled 5-year-old. And that doesn't do him or anyone else any good. So that's kind of the update, what's going on. Did I bring him back? Well, probationary. And he doesn't fuck with cars yet. Too much shit got fucked up. I can take slow as long as it's perfect when it's done. That's my aim. That's my desire. We're the slow shop, that it's perfect when it's done. That's the goal. First goal is as close to perfection as we can get. Then we'll work on timeliness. And that's our week in a nutshell. So I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna get this put up. I'm just gonna start throwing videos up. Production quality will be low. But I'm gonna get them cut up so they at least make sense and have some useful content, and go from there. I've got some how I do shit videos to come up. I don't do DIY or how-to videos. I've figured this out. It's more the antithesis. There's a lot of ways to do something correctly. There's even more ways to do it incorrectly. But anyhow, I'll show you how I'm doing stuff right now. Right now, meaning my methods, my technology, my technique, it all evolves. As I know better, I do better. As I know better, I'll show you better. I'm out. You have a good one. Take care.